to Randi. It's Randi Rhodes on Premier Radio Networks.
There's an even crazier topic out there. Remember this classic Seinfeld moment?
Out of that, a new holiday was born. A Festivus for the rest of us.
No, please. That's the classic episode. I mean, the episode was funny, but not Festivus.
Yes, that episode was funny, but not Festivus, the central comedic conceit of that episode. Not funny! Wait, why is Festivus not a holiday for the rest of us?
Now a nearly 6-foot-tall Festivus pole made from empty beer cans about to go up at the Florida State Capitol. I'm not kidding. It's part of a not-so-subtle protest against the nativity scene already on display there.
Who gives a Can't you just pretend that it's, Can't you just pretend it's a place for the wise men to tie up their camels? How about that? I mean, really, you're concerned there's a 6-foot Festivus pole made out of beer cans? It's Florida. You're lucky there's not a stripper named Christmas swinging on it. You been to Florida? But I apologize. You're upset.
Why do I have to drive around with my kids to look for nativity scenes and be like, oh yeah, kids, look, there's baby Jesus behind the Festivus pole made out of beer cans. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That sounds relatively nuts. Why are you driving around looking for nativity scenes in the car when you could just bring your kids to where you work, where you put a giant nativity scene out on the plaza?
You know, always the logical one there, Jon Stewart, talking about this giant Festivus pole made out of Pabst Blue Ribbon aluminum cans that is now gracing the rotunda, the Capitol Rotunda in Tallahassee, Florida. Yes, I'm Nicole Sandler in Florida, in for Randi Rhodes, who also lives in Florida. And joining us now is Chaz Stevens. He is there's all kinds of descriptions of who he is. A militant activist is one of those. He's a blogger. He blogs at myactsofsedition.com. And he is the guy, Chaz Stevens is the guy responsible for the aforementioned Pabst Blue Ribbon beer can Festivus pole. So, Chaz Stevens, happy Festivus to you.
Nicole, happy Festivus. And according to Jon Stewart, here on in, I want to be known as the General Patton of the war on Christmas. So please salute me.
Oh, I'm saluting you, but it's radio, so you can't tell if I am or not, or what kind of salute I am giving you. But Chaz Stevens,
there we go.
I'm actually very sympathetic to your cause. I love that you put a Festivus pole up at the Rotunda in Tallahassee. I'm really impressed that you got Rick Scott to agree to it. Did you know if this went, past his office?
As I understand it, if you believe the press, the Department of Management Services has a committee. Not sure who's on the committee. And the committee vets or disproves, as in they vetted me and they said yes to the Pabst Blue Ribbon pole. They said no to the satanic display, which was grossly offensive.
Oh, horribly offensive. But I got to say, I'm really thrilled that the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster got their display there because, one day when I was filling in for Randi, after actually finding out about the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, I became ordained as a Pastafarian minister. So it's nice to see that my church is represented there. But so you planted the Festivus pole in Tallahassee, and now you come back down here to South Florida to make more trouble because you're all over the newspapers, the Huffington Post and Raw Story and everywhere today because you're warring with the mayor of your own town of Deerfield Beach, I see.
Well, apparently the city of Deerfield Beach is a Christian community. So
it is.
Onward Christian soldiers. We've approved a manger. No to the menorah. So apparently, city of Deerfield Beach hates the Jews. They hate the Pastafarians. They absolutely loathe the Pabst Blue Ribbians. So if you're a Christian, you're up in good arms.
Deerfield Beach has an official manger scene, nativity scene up, but they said no to a menorah.
They took down the deal was this: in October, they passed an administrative ordinance saying no private displays, only city displays. And the city put up a little Snoopy and something else, and a private menorah went up. A couple hours later, it was taken down. I asked if I could put up a Ramadan display. I could put up a flying spaghetti monster. I could put up my fast blue ribbon pole. They said, no way, it'll be taken down. And then, lo and behold, on Friday, up using taxpayer dollars on taxpayer property comes a manger.
Now you warned, because you went your whole run-in, your whole experience with the Festivus pole and the city of Deerfield Beach actually began last year, and you were able to put it up, right? And I guess since then, in the subsequent year, they figured out how to foil you. Well,
last year I told the people at the city of Deerfield Beach I wanted to put up my Festivus pole, and by the way, I'm a card-carrying member of the ACLU. I'm very proud to carry that card in my back pocket. And they agreed to it. This year, they didn't agree. They said nothing. And I said, if you put something up, I will sue. Unfortunately, you got to keep this in mind. The mayor of our town, a 281-year-old woman, who I currently have another lawsuit against because she's absolutely violent. She's destroyed public records and emails. She's taken out of her own little jihad, if you will, to put it up. She's a very devout Catholic. And
obviously.
It was her and her own wish to do it.
Okay. So she did this on her own, and because of that, you're going to sue the city of Deerfield Beach?
Well, I'm going to suggest that the city of Deerfield Beach is violating the Establishment Clause by putting up one religious display and not allowing others.
I would say so. So good. Chaz Stevens, keep at it, because actually I live in Coral Springs, so I'm sort of almost like right next door to Deerfield Beach, and I have to drive through it all the time. And honestly, I'd rather see, if I have to drive around looking for a Festivus pole, I don't want to have to say, hey kids, look, past that, fake baby Jesus, the Festivus pole.
And it's a baby Jesus made in China. Keep
Of course it is. So, Chaz Stevens, I'm glad you have all this time to do this. Now, we spoke right after you returned from Tallahassee, where you planted the Festivus pole, and you kept track of the whole thing. You wrote about it on your blog at myactsofsedition.com. Now, you have to go back and get it from Tallahassee. Now, this is not just to drive around the corner. There's a reason, a lot of artists don't come down to South Florida, because it's a big state. And it's about, like an 8, 10, 11-hour drive to Tallahassee?
It was. Let me just clear up one thing. I put my life on hold for a couple of days to go to do this. So it's not like I'm retired. I have a vibrant software business. So I took time out to defend your freedom, my freedom.
Thank you.
Freedom of people don't realize they're losing their freedom. 450 miles. 10 hours of bust your butt kind of sit in the car doing nothing except drive up through the middle of the redneck Riviera to get my pole. I'll unerect it, and then we're going to put it up for auction on eBay. Proceeds to benefit women in distress.
That's great.
And then we'll come back down and then we'll prepare for the oncoming onslaught next year. We'll be a little bit better. We'll be a little bit better prepared. Not this kind of organic thing that blew up in my face. Come October next year, we'll have something.
Okay. Now, did you have any discussions with the people who erected the other displays in Tallahassee? There's a couple of atheist signs. There's a Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. There is a nativity scene there, but no satanic display.
No satanic displays. And the funny thing is, they're actually, if you saw the display, they're actually quoting a Bible verse. So it was a little odd to me. So I'm not quite sure what that marketing was. For me, though, let me back up so you understand, Nicole. It's while I'm an atheist, I'm a militant atheist. So I don't believe in Santa Claus. I don't believe in Easter Bunny. I don't believe in a higher power, Jesus Christ. This to me wasn't about my beliefs or unbeliefs or non-beliefs. This was strictly about the separation of church and state. I celebrate Christmas. I have a Christmas tree. I celebrate the holiday. I have people come over. I give gifts.
Right. But it's not a religious thing. Right. No. And we have the right to celebrate the holiday however you feel like celebrating the holiday, as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Come on over and eat some of my great snickerdoodle cookies and have fun.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll have a great time, and eggnog and everything else. So it's not a matter of that. I just didn't think that this piece should have been there. That was this whole thing was separation of church and state, the Establishment Clause. That was worth 1,000 miles of a journey one way, or for the first trip, another 1,000 miles to go make that point. Somebody had to do it. It was me.
Awesome, and you did it. And I guess this will be an annual tradition now.
I don't know. Listen, I really didn't think. I know we talked about this before. I didn't think the gag. It's like a comedic gag to me. I didn't think 1.0 was it when it was done last year in Deerfield. I didn't think there was going to be a 2. Who knows what?
You never know.
if there's a 3.0, I guarantee you will laugh. You will say, God, where did he come up with that idea? It will be something memorable.
Okay. Well, I say think bigger than Tallahassee. How about the National Mall in Washington?
That's what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, crack some beers, make a Festivus Bowl, wrestling, the whole, they need to do something.
Yeah. All right.
And listen, while the teabagger's down on the ground, kick them. That's what I'm thinking. Kick them.
Okay. No. We want to be nice. It's the time of year of, if you want to then compete with the feats of strength, then you can do that. But,
Exactly right.
Okay.
Exactly
So
right.
you can challenge them to a showing of the feats of strength. All right. Chaz Stevens is the guy behind the Pabst Blue Ribbon Festivus poll that you've been hearing about everywhere. His website is myactsofsedition.com. Thank you, Chaz, and happy Festivus to you. And we'll talk again soon.
Nicole.
Okay. Take care.
We will indeed.
All right.
Say hello to everybody for me.
You just did. Bye. All right. So there you go. He's taken it to the next level. I think that's awesome. But no kicking anybody. You can, we have methods of contesting the feats of strength, right? And we'll do it right here. Okay. So.